Welcome everyone. In this session, I'll be talking about posting to Google Forms using the curl command. So there's a command called curl, for example, like this, curl. I will be using this to post to a Google form that I'm going to create here for you guys so this is going to be from start to finish. Why do I need this, or why did I need to do this? I need to get the IP information for one of the computers that I had remotely without me actually being logging into it. So I'll be creating a task manager, scheduled task for it. So the script runs every few minutes to get the current IP address because the IP address might change. It's a local internal IP address. Like if you have a bunch of virtual machines, for example, you don't know which virtual machine it belongs to. You want to write something so it can post automatically to an online portal. So I tried using SharePoint to do a curl command to post to it, but I was getting stuck with a bunch of errors and whatnot. So I stumbled upon Google Forms. I was like, you know what? Google Forms might be able to do it better, or might be able to actually do the posting, or curl might be able to do posting to a form. So here we are. So in this video, the topic is basically posting to a Google form. So basically auto-completing it using a command prompt. So I'll be using a command prompt to actually do the posting. So hopefully you guys will be able to find this useful and implement it in your own settings. So let's get started. I'll be doing from start to finish. So I'll be creating a form. You guys are welcome to skip the video to the next part, or whatever, however you like to do it. So initially it'll be setting up the forms. So I'll be creating a form, and I'll be also talking about the script that I'm showcasing here for fetching the computer information, the IP information basically, and posting it to the form. So this is the script that I've created. So it's basic information. It does the IP information storage, and that's what I want to post to my Google form. So if I run this script, so the script is right here, Google callback. I'm going to call it directory. So I'm going to run the command so you guys know what it actually does. So as you can see, it gave me the information like today's date, the username, that's who logged in as. If I do who am I'm logged in as hashtag, and the IP address of this virtual machine, because I'm using virtual machine here, is a Windows 10. So this is a Windows 10 base. This is the system name. So this is the system name, Windows 10 PC, and the IP address is the 37. So the script, you can write however you like your own script. I'll give you a copy of this. I'll post in the description as well for this script that I created here. If you guys want to use this in your own instance, if you have a bunch of virtual machines that are like being restarted, getting a new IP for some reason, if you're not using DHCP reservation and whatnot. So you can have this script running. You can go into task scheduler and basically set this task to run every few minutes or every log on. So somebody logs on, this script runs, and you get the information, and then it's going to post to Google. So you have an online presence. Basically, you can fetch this information without having to log into the virtual machine. So right now you see it's just basically a script doing this write up, and we're going to do the Google form post using this script itself. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this file, and we're going to start building the Google form, and then start building the curl command. And every Windows 10 instance will come with curl. It's basic. It's always there, so you don't have to worry about, oh, do I need to install something? It's already provided, built in. So Windows 10, Windows 11. Heck, if you got Windows XP, I'm sure it will work there too, but I haven't tried it because I don't have it. So first step, I'm going to create a Google form to fetch the information. Just a blank form. And I'm going to call it get system information. And no, thank you. That's it. And I'm going to use basic text fields. So I'm going to create short answers. I'm going to call it system ID. So the name of the system, or you can call it system name if you want. Next one, I'm going to create Simple text one. I'm going to call it, what was the other information I was getting? I was getting the IP address. So actually username or computer, that's the computer name, the username, the user who's logged in. So I was logged in as hashtag. So I'm going to give it a name, username, whoever is logged in. Then I'm going to go next, add another question. I'm going to call it, let's call it IP address, IPInfo. So this will have the IP address. Next, we're going to go new. We will time, right? So time, date, info. And I will do short answer type, and that's it. That's all I need to do. So the form is built. You're going to click on send, then you're going to get the link for it. So you're going to click on the link icon. So this is the URL. Make sure that you have decided what fields you want ahead of time, so you don't have to kind of go in back and editing and modifying, doing this step over and over. So, and I'm not going to collect the email address, so I'm going to say do not collect. I'm going to copy the URL. So I have another tab open in Incognito, so I'm going to go there, paste it, and here's the form. So I can fill it out. So let's just do one real quick. So YouTube demo 1, username demo 1, IP 10 dot whatever dot, just numbers there, and date. Let's call it what is 2023-11-21. So that's the date, and I'm going to do submit. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to close that, and you can see here I already got the response. So YouTube demo IP information. Now we're going to automate this. So the form that we have, the one that we just filled out, we're going to automate it. So I can do this through a curl command. To do this, you'll need to click on. So you have the form, go back to the setting, go back to the settings there. Make sure that you don't have email collection and all that stuff, because that kind of puts it in a different state, because then that's a required field and you can't pre-fill it. So you can get a notification if you want. So somebody submitted a form, and then it will send you a notification, and you can basically kind of trigger stuff behind the scenes to, if you have Power Automate, you can use that as well. So sorry, three dots, top right, get pre-filled link. So you're you're on the form. So I don't know why it's called untitled. We called it. Oh, there it is. It didn't refresh. So again, so let me start again. So we have the forms. We have the still showing untitled. Let me refresh this. So get information. You click on the form. Google Forms. Let's close that tab. And from here, yeah, sure. Geez, I never opened this is my new account, or this is my other account. And you're gonna click on the three dots, top right, right here, besides your name or icon, profile picture. You're gonna click on Get Pre-filled Link. Click on that. Now you're gonna fill it out. So we're gonna say So we're gonna call this System ID to easily find what you're filling. So you'll see it in a bit. So IPInfo TimeDate, and I'm gonna click on Get Link. It's going to give you this link right here, and you're going to copy the link. And I have my notepad open here, so let's do this. I'm going to paste it here. So this is the link that you'll get. So that's the link I got. So you can see it's got view form, this, an entry, and whatnot. We're going to now modify it. So for example, IP information. So this entry, that's why I said you will need this. So this field basically correlates to, let's close that. This field correlates to your form field. So we know, right? Which field is which. It makes your life way easier. So we're going to go here. Since I'm using this script, so this is the script that I'm using for this demo itself. You can do however you want. If you have your own script, this is how the variables are kind of passed. So we're going to first modify this link. So I'm going to actually submit it as such, the default one. So form response. We're going to change the view form. You see view form here? We're going to replace that with form response. It will say form response, and you're going to get rid of this bit. So question mark USP, and you're going to up to the and percent. You can say and the entry, the first field is a system ID. If you try to run this, it's not going to work. It's going to only push only the first field. So these system entries, you'll have to split them like this. I've done in the script here. You can see -D. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to split them up into their individual entries so it can run and parse. And at the end, this is important. So we are now building the curl command. So we're going to put that. So curl command now becomes curl. You can have the curl command, the word curl itself. And at the end, you'll have dsubmit and -dsubmit. And then you're going to post that URL. At the end, make sure there are no extra spaces. There you go. And now we're going to replace all of these with the -D. So the first one, leave it as such. We can leave this as system ID. The second one onwards, that's where you need to change. So the second one from the URL, in the URL, you can replace the and percent entry with dash space. So again, space -D equal or /D space again, then quotes, entry ID equal to whatever the value. This is the field value that you want to push out or push to the form or fill the form. So this is what it becomes now. So again, these will become exactly like this format. So -D, so space -D space quotes the entry ID value and then the value that you want to pass to this field. So we're going to keep doing this for all of these. We don't have that many, so I am not going to pause this. I'm going to just go ahead and do this for these. D quotes and then close that, and that's it. So your command is all built. So here we have the full command. So if I were to run this command now on a command prompt, my form, so let's open the form here. It's only got one response so far, correct? So I am going to go to my virtual machine or go to my other instance. I'm going to paste that. And as you can see, it will do its thing. It did whatever it had to do. And if you go back to the form, you see two responses. So now I just passed system ID. This is the one that I just passed. User ID or username, IP information. And you can look at the individual entries. So this is the one with the second entry. So this is the one that we just passed through using the curl command. So this was the command I sent. So actually I should clear that so you guys can see the command. So that's the command that is pushed out or sent. So, and again, that's how you'll build the curl command. It's simple as that. So if I were to now break it down, let's do this. And let's build a command. So I have this script, right? I want to push the IP information. So, and I have it open, right? I believe I do. So I'm going to put this down here. It's the same command. So curl this form ID and whatnot, right? So I got that. And for the system ID, I know I'm going to use system ID is the computer name. This is the variable that is already defined here in the script. So I'm going to do computer name for my username. That'll be my username right here. Again, this script I'll post. This is the basic information. You don't have to sit through this. We have already done the bit that we were interested in, posting to Google using curl. And IP information. And this is IP information. So this is my IP variable. Time and date I have is date 10 times. So let's do this with that dash in between them. And that's what my command becomes now. So this is the command. If I run, so I'm going to save this. So I just saved this command. And I'm going to go clear that again. And I'm going to run this. So you'll see a file getting created here. I'm going to minimize that. And there's the command we just built. We can close that. So now I will run this. Before I do that, I am going to go in here. It says 2 responses. I'm going to refresh. Still says, yeah, sure, thank you. I want to check it out. Individuals are 2 responses. And we are going to run it. So directory, it's called Google curl. Hit enter, and it did its thing. It created the file. That's what the script was asked to do. And then at the end was the curl command, and here you go. Now we have 3 responses. So let's look at the third response. So Windows 10 base PC, my username. So that's what the script does. Creates, oh, actually, I should show you the text file. My username and my IP address. IP address and time, date. So this is the date and this is the time, because that's what we specified so in the script. So that's how you'll do update of a Google form. So this is just a very simple example. If you have a complicated system, a complicated form, you want to do some automation, that's how you will do it using simple curl command. So again, replace the form response, or replace the view form with form response, and get rid of all the other entries that were there that you saw, and then make sure you do this part. Make sure you have -d for each individual field. If you don't have that, if you try to run this as per on the original pre-filled URL that you got, it will not work. So, and make sure that you have at the end -d submit equal to submit. So simple command, it works wonderfully. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you did, please do post below. I'd be interested in knowing how you use this to automate or to push out data to your own Google individual forms. So um, it'll be interesting in case I like to know what use cases actually exist. For me, it's a simple lab machines or lab virtual machines. The IP address might be changing regularly, but if I want to remote into them, for example, instead of using no IP or something like that, and a client, I was able to build something like at no cost, free, basically no cloud storage except the Google part, I guess, Google Forms, but it's pretty secure. Now I can fetch this Excel file. So if I go link to a sheet, say create this, I can link to a file. Now I have an Excel file. So I got the entries all in an Excel format. I can now export, download, however you want to use this Excel file, you can use that. So again, once again, I hope you guys found this interesting and useful, and I'd be interested in hearing your use cases, looking at what you guys post. Please do hit the subscribe button. It is much appreciated. It helps users like me kind of, keep going, staying motivated to do more videos like this. Again, guys, stay safe. Take care.